Ladies and gentlemen, things are officially starting to get crazy at this year's World Track and Field Championships in Tokyo, Japan. After 3 days of incredible action, we have arrived at day 4, and I'm not entirely sure what these athletes have been up to, and I'm not entirely sure what's changed from yesterday to today, but my goodness, the level of excellence has somehow taken a massive leap forward. In the men's hammer throw, we saw Ethan Katzberg absolutely launch a missile as he achieved a distance of 84.70 meters, putting him now in the top 5 all time, and this throw now ranks as the longest throw since 2003. This is the kind of Herculean strength that really shows up once in every generation. And despite 3 other athletes here throwing in excess of 82 meters, Katzberg still won this event by almost 2 entire meters. This is true dominance. Over in the men's 110 hurdles, we saw one of the most competitive semifinals in recent memory, and just to make it through into the final, you had to run under 13.3. And in a shocking development here, Grant Holloway from the United States, the defending world and Olympic gold medalist, was actually eliminated in this semi. Now, this season has been very tough for Holloway, as he's dealt with injury for part of the year, and this really threw in a wrench to his campaign, and it seems as though he can still get that patented, incredible start, but his close just seems lacking as of recent. These 2 events were already incredibly entertaining, and the performances were honestly next level. But the story of the day, the story of the meet perhaps so far, comes from the women's 400 meters, because even though this is only a semi-final, we just witnessed one of the craziest things to take place so far in these championships. In this semi-final, we had what many are referring to as the Big 3, and these athletes are Marilady Paulino from the Dominican Republic, Salwa Eid Nasser from Bahrain, and Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone from the United States. Now in Heat 1, Paulino actually almost mistimed the finish, as Berkowecki from Poland placed first in 49.6, but Paulino did make her way through with a time of 49.8. Heading into Heat 2, and Salwa Eid Nasser took this win in 49.47 seconds, looking quite comfortable and looking very capable of running much faster. But my goodness, in Heat 3, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone absolutely went off. For this third heat, McLaughlin-Levrone unlocked some kind of superhero kind of speed. Through the opening 100, she passed through an 11.98, which is a very solid split through the opening 100. Through 200 meters, she achieved a time of 23.43, a pretty balanced effort through this half-lap split. And through 300 meters, she hit a time of 35.31, which is already fast enough to be competitive on the all-time 300 list. But then, over the final 100, she just kept separating. Literally with every step, she just could not be stopped. And even though she was literally jogging over these final 50 meters, she achieved a time of 48.29 seconds. This is not only a new world-leading mark for 2025, but this is one of the fastest times in 400 history, and it officially takes down Sonia Richard-Ross's American record set 2 decades in the past. To give you an idea at just how fast this actually is, only 2 women have ever broken 48 seconds in the 400, and these 2 women include Marita Koch and Jarmila Kratochvílová from the 1980s. But the thing is, Sydney shut down her effort so completely that a sub-48 doesn't just seem possible, it seems likely going into the final. For a few years now, McLaughlin-Levrone just hasn't quite been able to put together a full season when competing specifically in the 400 meters. But I think 2025 is going to completely rewrite that expectation, because this effort, this shutdown effort, now ranks her at number 7 all time, only behind many of the biggest names in 400 history. And moving into this final, it is extremely possible that McLaughlin-Levrone could move into the top 2 all time. And while 47.6, this crazy world record from Marita Koch in 1985 is still quite the ways away, there is already buzz about how relaxed McLaughlin-Levrone looked while running this race. Now, the question as to whether or not she can actually get that world record is certainly up for debate, and doing that would mean she would cut off more than 0.6 seconds off of this time. But given her ability to actually show up and throw down when the lights are the brightest, is really what makes her one of the greatest track runners to ever compete. In 2021 in the Olympics, she broke the world record in the 400 hurdles. In 2022, she did the exact same thing with a massive personal best in the 400 hurdles again. In 2024, she also broke the world record in the Paris Olympics, running a 50.37 in the 400 hurdles. And even though she has never run an open 400 in either a world championship or an Olympic final, this 48.29 is overwhelming proof that she is ready to do something special. So with this performance now in mind, what do you think will happen come the women's 400 final? Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.